was just messing with over this little shuffle exercise, and what we're going to do is we're going to slide in to C sharp, which is the major third, right? Walk up the scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, right? And I'm telling you that because you can use this lick in other places where there's a C sharp, right? So you have one here on the B. You can also play it, right? That's helpful in piecing together your fretboard when you start seeing licks and all the different string sets and how they connect and everything, right? So we're going to do this reverse rake thing. And with this, I know I do this a lot, and trust me, once you get this technique down, you'll do it a lot too, right? Because it's really fun. And it's hard to explain, it's a hard thing to get down, it's a hard thing to practice because there's really only one way to practice it, and that's just doing it over and over again and just failing over and over again until you get it right. But the best way I can sum it up is as soon as I slide in from 13 to 14 on the B, I flatten my entire finger. It's really quick. So I go from being on the tip of my ring finger to it being completely flat over the D, G, and B strings, right? And I rake back, I mute the B, I hit the G, and I hit the D, all muted, right? And then right after I hit the muted D, I put it down. And you can make it as pronounced as you want, you know. And the trick is, it's your hand, it really is like 50-50 split between your right hand and your left hand, right? I can't think of any other technique, well, not any other one, but this is one of the techniques where your right and left hand really have to be in sync with each other, or it's just not going to work out, right? And with your pick, you want it to kind of have that, having like a playing card inside of a bicycle spoke, right? So you got to work on having your pick, letting it dig in there. You can just sit there and do that just to get your right hand motion down, right? And then start working on. And it's a little different on each string set, right? Like doing it on the B string is different a little bit than doing it on the high E. It feels a little bit different on the strings if they're thinner or thicker, right? So you just have to play with that. So that's that explanation. And then after we slide in 13 to 14 on B, we get 14 on D, and then we're going to go to 12 on D. And we're going to slide in 11 or 10 to 11 on D, catch 12 on the A, right? So that's the first half. And then we're going to walk up these kind of thirds chromatically as this kind of bounce. So you have 14 on A, 12 on D, and just walk it up 14, 12, 15, 13, 16, 14. We're going to hammer on 14 to 16, and then on D, and then hit G and B together on 14. And this is right in your first box of A major pentatonic, right? So, and you're right there. Right? So it's a nice little way to walk in there. You can just slide off of it. Alright, and then we're going to go back and end it in a minor way. It's almost like a call and response, you know. The first one's like happy and peppy, and then the next one's like wah, you know. So you get a. And that's getting the phrasing of the, and then just hanging on that D note for a second, right? So the second time, repeat the first part. All right, and then we're gonna pull off from 10 to 9 on D, and then catch that G note on the 10th on the A string. And what we're doing is we're pulling off. This is your minor third in A, right? You're pulling off of that C to a B, which is your minor second, right? So that's why it gives it that darker kind of sound, right? Almost that Phrygian type of thing, right? So, okay. And then land on 12 on the D, rest for a second, and then you're going to slide in 12 to 13 and slide back really fast. And when you slide back, pull off 12 to 10 and grab 12 on the A. And I kind of bend down 10 when I slide back. All right. All right. It's almost like it's singing a little bit, you know? And so that's everything. All right, so just practice slow, have fun.